What's going on, guys? I don't see my face here. Hold on a second. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. It's been a while since I dropped a live show, and I'm still working on the show. Bear with me. I'll be starting to drop episodes here and there, but I want to let it build up, if you know what I mean. So, one second. There I am. There I am. All right. Hopefully, it's not too dark in the room. It's a little dark, huh? We'll move that over here. It'll work for now. Maybe that's a little too bright. There we go. All right, guys. Usually I use my other little light, but this will do just fine. All right, guys. Looks like everything looks good. I'll give it a few minutes to see if anybody pops in to say hello. I put it up. I forgot to put the time of when I was coming on. So I'm pretty sure some people won't come by, but that's okay. I'll have fun doing it. So let's try it without this light just to see. It does make it dark, so bear with me for a minute. Gives a little bit better lighting. No, not really, does it? I think I do need my other light. But you know what? Let's just go with this. Oh. There we go. That'll work for now. I gotta dig out the other light. I just didn't feel like doing it. Okay. All right. All right, so I just wanted to come on and give some. Oh, look at a bad beard hair day. It always seems to happen when I do a show. Let's see here. You know, that light's not going to work. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get the other light. So you're going to see the camera go out. And then it's going to show that, starting soon. Gives more time for people to pop in, So if you're here, I'm going to give it a few more minutes, okay? Bear with me. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about what I'm going to get into. I'm going to get into some strange things that's going on in the world right now. It really makes you wonder what's really going on with stuff going on with the food industry and hoaxers and, researchers that you think are legitimate, but turn out to be not so legit. I don't know. You just got to call people out on their stuff to, say, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that. You could tell it's a tree. It's not a dog man or a Bigfoot. You could just tell it's a tree. So, but you know what? Some people are going to fall for it, and that's just the way it is when it comes into the Bigfoot crypto world. But anyways, I'm not going to get too much into the hoaxing part. I'm going to get a little bit into the food industry today. It's a little something different. So it's just really, really strange stuff I'll talk about in a minute here. Okay, one second, guys. Bear with me. Alright, guys, I am back. I am back. Alright. Apologize for the background sound there. You might hear the fan going, AC going. If it's too much, let me know. It was a little warm in here, so I turned it on. The AC in it. Okay. Alright, guys, so what's new with let's see with the lighting here. That's a little bit better. Alright. Got my new hat. Fixed the beard a little bit. You know, I really need to get caught up with some friends of mine on the cryptid world, you know, especially Rye and Matt. Me and Matt were talking about doing a show on, you know, mind control, but I don't know. We might postpone that for a while until we figure out what we want to do with that. I haven't heard from him for a while, so hopefully I didn't scare him off with that. And doing a show with him, you know, I try to talk and give him my points on, you know, it's kind of a spirit of moment show. You know, you just hop on and do some reaction on some videos, which is fun to do, but sometimes I'm unsure what to say. You know, I'm just that way. But anyhow, let's see if anybody's going to be watching. It helps a lot if I would promote better, huh? Let me see here. Still just me alone. That's okay. It's okay. Well, let's get right into it, guys. So I wanted to talk a little bit about food industry stuff. This is just, you know, how corporations are secretly poisoning our food. This comes from More Perfect Union. It's a channel. I watch a few of their stuff. It's like a fundraiser, so definitely check them out and subscribe. I don't think I would get in trouble sharing that video of theirs, but I think it's important. So let's go ahead and check it out a little bit. This is what I want people to be concerned about. But I also should say entertainment purpose only, because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. So entertainment purpose only. This is just questionable stuff. You know, is it really happening? Are we being poisoned? Are we, you know, it's just hard to say. Sorry. Trying to figure out where I'm at on this. But anyhow, I hope I get some people in here to say hello, because I really don't know where I'm going to go with this tonight. I'm only going to be on for a little while, not too long. Let's see here. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and check out this, guys. Take a listen.
For as far as I'm concerned, over a decade of contaminated beef. How much is in my system? How much is in my kids' system? Is it going to kill them in the, you know, before they get a life? It's hard to say.
There's something poisoning America's farms. A chemical that was built in a lab decades ago by companies who knew in private that it was highly toxic. Now that chemical is showing up almost everywhere.
It is a Pandora's box. It's going to blow up, and people are going to find out it's in it and everything, and it's in everyone, and there's nothing to clean it up, and there's nothing to save you from it.
Toxic PFAS, also known as
forever chemicals.
PFAS are in so many consumer products. Non-stick pans,
dental floss, computer chips,
shampoos, and conditioners.
Whether it's gone down the river and contaminated fresh drinking water for people, or if it's on farmland and you're eating it, it's out there.
We have a mass poisoning of our population.
Forever chemicals are linked to a number of serious health issues.
How can a company knowingly have contaminated the groundwater?
So, how did we get here? How did our farms become toxic waste sites? How did the Teflon in your nonstick pan become a full-blown public health crisis? And why has it taken so long for the government to take action?
They knew about the problem for decades.
And now they've got a chemical that can't be destroyed, it can't be cleaned up. If we don't get some real response real soon, we're all going to be in a real hell of a shit show mess.
you talk about how you guys name the cattle?
It's just it's a family thing. My kids name them, my wife names them, and it's just better than numbers.
Jason Grostick is a third-generation cattle farmer from Brighton, Michigan.
We started back in the early 1900s. Back then it was a dairy farm. My dad took over things in the 70s. We lost him to a farming accident in 95. And then in 97, we decided to get out of the dairy and get into beef. There you go, have fun. That business was booming. We were growing steadily every year. We had plans of our kids taking over and doing it. 3 generations, could have been 4. But as we look at it now with PFAS shutting us down in 2022, there's no growth here. There's no more family farming.
A few years ago, Jason got a call that he wasn't expecting from the Michigan Department of Agriculture and Rural Development.
January 27th of 2022, got on a Zoom meeting with 4 people I'd never seen in my life. The head of MDARD, he starts apologizing, all sympathetic and this, that, and the other thing. And I finally said, what the hell are you talking about? You don't know? And I says, no, what? He says, well, we're serving you a seizure notice today. You're shut down. Nothing leaves the farm.
Without warning, the state of Michigan had shut down Jason's farm, declaring it contaminated and unusable. They cited high levels of so-called PFAS on the land.
This is the bucket of tags of all the animals we lost. Either they died because of it, or we dispatched them to save them their own pain and misery. It's been tough on my wife and kids. I was just a miserable bastard for 2 years, and they got the brunt of that shit show. I mean, they took away my livelihood. They basically bankrupted me. They told me I'd be back in business in no time. Here I am, 3 years and a few months into it, and I don't have rights to farm. The government took all that away from me over something I didn't do. I didn't dump the chemical here.
Jason's farm was poisoned by PFAS chemicals that were buried within a type of fertilizer called biosolids. Every time you flush your toilet or do a load of laundry, that water goes to a wastewater treatment plant. And biosolids are the leftover byproduct of that process. For decades, the EPA has encouraged the use of biosolids as a cheap fertilizer.
I'm not the only one that took biosolids. The EPA said it's clean. The state of Michigan said it was clean. And I'm on a small scale. Some of these farms are creating tens of thousands of gallons of milk a day. How many homeowners is that hitting?
It's estimated that as many as 20 million acres of farmland across the country could...
All right, I'm going to pause it there. Get back to you guys. Excuse me. Bear with me. There we go. So, yeah, that's interesting. So, how long have we been getting poisoned, guys, is the question. How long have we been getting poisoned? That's just an example of, something that was approved and clean for fertilizer. And how long have we been consuming and drinking, the milk and all that without knowing? Shouldn't somebody be responsible for that, getting us sick? Think about that. And they're getting away with it. So, once again, entertainment purpose only. Makes you really wonder, don't it? It's like, what else is in our food that's slowly poisoning us or doing things to us that we, that don't cause mental illness and stuff like that? I don't know. It's just, I find it interesting and baffling that we have so many chemicals going into our food and nobody's talking about it, and we wonder why we have the highest rating of cancer and, people getting sick and coming up with mental illness and coming out with, stomach problems, all kinds of stuff. We're all dealing with it, guys. And we don't know what we're feeling because we think it's normal, what we feel. Your valve movements and all that in your body, weird, strange feelings you get. Oh, that's just this gas. That's just nerves. This, what if it's actually chemicals doing some reaction to your body and your body's trying to react to it and fight it off, or it's doing damage that we don't know about. So think about that. So I just only wanted to play that a little bit. If you guys want to check out the whole video, go to More Perfect Union channel. Go subscribe and go check it out, and you can see the full video there. I'm not going to play the whole video. I want to go into some other things that people should know and find interesting. So check this out.
There is a new, rather serious warning.
Okay. This is coming from Facts Matter with Roman. I don't know his last name. It's Balamakov, whatever. So check out his channel as well. I find it interesting as well. So let's go. Let's get into it.
About the spices that are in your food as well as in your pantry. According to an analysis that was conducted by Consumer Reports, it found that many of the spices that very likely are in your cupboard right now contain high levels of dangerous heavy metals, including arsenic, cadmium, and lead. This report investigated many different types of spices, including cumin, chili powder, oregano, basil, ginger, paprika, turmeric, black pepper, and so on and so forth. And as you can see on your screen, what they did was that they took 5 to 10 brands of each spice and tested them for different heavy metal contaminants. And after running those tests, they gave each brand a ranking, either a green check mark indicating that it's safe, or the brand got 1, 2, or 3 red circles, indicating that there is either a mild or serious reason to be concerned. And after running their full analysis on the 126 different products, which range from national brands down to private label store brands, they found that about a third of all the samples contained either concerning or even dangerous levels of heavy metals. A third of the brands that are currently on the supermarket store shelves. Here's specifically what the report found. Quote, roughly 1/3 of the tested products, 40 in total, had high enough levels of arsenic, lead, and cadmium combined on average to pose a health concern for children when regularly consumed in typical serving sizes. Most raised concerns for adults too. Meaning, in practice, that as you're busy making sure that your house and your kids' rooms don't have any peeling lead paint, and you're making sure that nobody's drinking water from the East Palestine Reservoir, well, your kids can still be getting high levels of heavy metals through these spices that are being added to their foods. Even if, I should mention, even if those spices are quote-unquote organic. Because among the disconcerting discoveries in the study was that it didn't really matter what the brand was and whether that brand was quote-unquote organic. Because according to the analysis, there was no single brand that stood out as being completely safe across the board. Here's specifically what they wrote, quote, there was no single predictor of which products contain higher levels of heavy metals. For example, brand name didn't matter, and neither did organic or packed in USA claims. Now, some of the spices fared much worse than others. For instance, in 31 of these spices that were tested, the levels of lead were, quote, so high that they exceeded the maximum amount that anyone should have in a full day. And for some particular categories of herbs and spices, these researchers found that there were just no safe options at all. For instance, when the researchers looked at the herbs thyme and oregano, they found that all of the different brands that they tested had, at best, concerning levels of different heavy metals. And then for your reference, right after thyme and oregano, ginger and basil were the second worst offenders, having all but one of the brands that were tested for both spices come back with concerning levels of.
All right, once again, I don't want to play the whole video because I just rather have people interested in the subject of we're getting things through our own approved in stores. Let me get back to here. We're getting stuff from the stores that we think is safe. We go in there and consume anything, even things you think are good for you, possibly has metal in it. And we got all these metals and toxins in your body that, it just baffles me that nobody talks about it. You're hearing more people talk about it nowadays, but I just wanted to bring this up for people to be aware, friends of mine and family and just people of the world. I know we got bigger issues going on, but our health is important, right? So let's work on that. I learned that from my wife. I'm still learning. Anyhow, I just wanted to share some of those videos with you guys. I'm going to find another one to share with you guys. 1 second. There's something very interesting that I think people should know about. See if I can find it.
A state advocacy group is asking.
Okay, this one's gonna probably, because I know a lot of people eat this stuff. So here we go.
McDonald's to stop serving meat from animals.
This is from the Fanatical Flash. Check their channel out too. Looks like they got a lot of interesting stuff on there.
Treated with antibiotics. According to the CDC, 2 million Americans get sick every year. 23,000 die from antibiotic-resistant
I don't
infections.
own this channel.
McDonald's spends
This is
millions
just a channel I'm
lobbying to keep
sharing.
one specific meat treatment legal, while the same practice
I get told to say this. I do not own this channel. This is just somebody else's channel I'm sharing. Entertainment purpose only.
is banned in over 30 countries. The scariest part? Most Americans have no idea they're consuming it daily. Why is McDonald's fighting so hard to hide this? Remember when your mom used to tell you not to eat food off the floor? Well, McDonald's basically said, hold my fries, and decided to make burgers out of meat scraps that were once considered too nasty for human consumption. I'm talking about the infamous pink slime, and yes, it's exactly as appetizing as it sounds. Here's what they did. McDonald's took beef trimmings, you know, the leftover bits that butchers used to toss in the trash or save for dog food. Then they'd wash these scraps with ammonium hydroxide. That's the same stuff janitors use to clean floors. Makes you hungry already, right? This pink, gooey mess became the secret ingredient in McDonald's burgers for years. Food critics took one look at this processed meat paste and said it looked like something you'd squeeze out of a toothpaste tube, except instead of cleaning your teeth, it was supposedly feeding your family. But here's the kicker. Up to 70% of all ground beef in America once contained this pink slime before people started raising hell about it. 70%. That means 7 out of 10 times you bought ground beef anywhere, you were getting this floor cleaner washed mystery meat. The whole thing was genius from a business standpoint, though. Why throw away perfectly good scraps when you can hose them down with chemicals and call it beef? It saved McDonald's millions of dollars. They were turning garbage into gold. Well, pink gold that tasted like a burger. And the weird part is, most customers had no clue. People were happily munching away on their Big Macs, completely unaware they were eating meat that had been through more chemical treatments than a swimming pool. McDonald's finally ditched pink slime in their burgers back in 2012 after the public found out and went ballistic. But don't celebrate just yet, because what they're doing to make every single chicken nugget look exactly the same is somehow even weirder. Ever wonder why every single chicken McNugget looks exactly the same? Well, here's the thing. They literally come in only 4 shapes. That's it, 4. McDonald's calls them the boot, bell, ball, and bone. Sounds like a weird nursery rhyme, doesn't it? But here's what's really happening behind those golden arches. These nuggets aren't carved from chicken breasts by some chef with a knife. Nope. They're squeezed through industrial molds like Play-Doh at a factory. Think about it. When's the last time you bit into a chicken breast that was perfectly boot-shaped? The process is basically meat manufacturing. Ground chicken gets mixed with all sorts of binders and fillers, then pumped into these 4 exact molds. Every single day, McDonald's cranks out millions of identical nuggets, boot after boot, bell after bell. And why only 4 shapes? Speed, my friend. These specific designs cook evenly and quickly. No surprises, no variation. Just predictable, uniform chunks that fit perfectly in those red boxes. But here's the kicker. Real chicken doesn't look like this. Ever seen a chicken? They're not geometric. They're lumpy, uneven, and every piece is different. McDonald's nuggets look more like something you'd find in a geometry textbook than on a farm. The uniformity is so precise that kids can actually play games sorting nuggets by shape. That's not food. That's manufacturing at its finest, or weirdest, depending on how you look at it. Makes sense, right? When you're serving 38,000 locations worldwide, you can't have nuggets that look different. Customers expect that boot shape in Tokyo to match the one in Toledo. Well, this mechanical precision doesn't stop at shapes. The rabbit hole goes much deeper when you realize how McDonald's engineers the actual taste of their meat. And trust me, what they do to make everything taste identical everywhere might surprise you even more than those perfectly molded nuggets. Ever wonder why your Big Mac tastes exactly the same whether you're in Times Square or a truck stop in Iowa? It's not magic, it's science. Lab-designed flavorings make every single McDonald's burger taste identical across 38,000 locations worldwide. Here's the kicker. Your taste buds can't tell the difference between a burger made from Nebraska corn-fed beef and one from Texas ranch cattle. Why? Because McDonald's strips away those natural flavors and replaces them with engineered ones. It's like putting the same cologne on everyone at a party. Sure, they all smell consistent.
All right, I'm going to end that there. Isn't that gross? I don't know, guys. I'm starting to think twice about eating fast food. So if you want to support some kind of place, go to a restaurant where, they're actually making real beef, patty burgers, big corporations like that, you got to worry. Where's the meat coming from? Because you got to think about it. That's a lot of cow. I mean, do we really have that many cows in the world? I don't know. And here's another thing, too, that some people think that they've been secretly feeding us. You know what? Us. So I'm only bringing that up because I've heard people talk about it many times that's been going on and we don't know about it, and that is disgusting if that's happening. I'd be really upset with the higher power. I mean the government, a big G. Once again, entertainment purpose only, but if we are eating us, then I'd be a little concerned. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to end it right there. With that, I just wanted to do a quick video because I've been watching some videos on this and it's disgusted me, and I think it's important that you go check it out, guys. Go check out and look into it. What's in our food, what chemicals are in our food, and change the way you eat things. I already feel a little different since my wife's been making me eat differently. I'm trying not to sneak anything. So eating better, it's a good way to go, guys. You learn to like the taste of those foods too, that you start eating greens and vegetables, but you got to be careful with that stuff too. You got to make sure it's clean, no chemicals are on it as well, because they keep them preserved that way. The best bet is to grow your own stuff, I think, but if you can't, just try to find the best organic or best food that you think will work, and just make sure you clean it real good. So unfortunately, we're being poisoned. That's what this was about, getting into the truth. If you like what I did, this just was a little test run. If you like me to get into strange thing, conspiracy stuff, that's conspiracy stuff, right? For my show. And I think it's important that people should talk about it. But I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. I'm going to go ahead and stop by and check out my friend's video or show. I'm going to go check out Rye's show since he made me a member of his show. I think it's temporary. I might try to get in there, and I can't afford to pay stuff right now because things are tight. But eventually I'll go to be a member to a lot of my friends, but right now I can't afford it. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that. Be aware of what you eat. And remember, you are what you eat. And it's important that you know the truth so you can be better, because they're making us unhealthy and making us sick and causing cancer from all kinds of stuff, guys. So change what you eat. So my best opinion to tell you is don't eat that crap. So I wanted to go into one more thing before I go. Let me see here. Hold on, guys. Before I go, let's see here. Wow. All right. So what I want to do is I wanted to show you guys something interesting. This is not calling out anybody on their I'm just trying to remember. It's not calling out any researchers, but there's a particular video or pictures I've seen that looked a little off to me. If I could find it, hold on. Let's see. 'Cause I think he's an interesting researcher, but after he did some re-examine of his finding of his experience of a dog man, supposedly dog man, I hate to break it to him, but it looks like a tree. And it's too small. I used an app I have, and it just, I don't know. If it's a baby dog man, so be it, but I don't think it is, guys. I'm not trying to throw him under the bus, but let's see if I can find it. Bear with me. And that's what Mountain Man Explore the Truth's about, you know, exposing the truth. And sharing the people's truth. I might get some stink eyes for it because some people are friends with certain people in this cryptid world of ours. Boy, I don't see him in my thing. I know I subscribed to him. I don't know. He might have took me off there because I'm good at seeing through BS. So hold on a second. Sometimes they're just trying to make a big name of themselves. So, this guy is just trying to be like somebody else that, you know, that was doing their own thing, and he kind of was trying to follow his footsteps. Damn, I think he might have blocked me because he knew he knew I was catching on, I think. So hold on. There's some good time podcast shows too I support. I like watching and listening to that had him on the show. I wish I would have seen right through the findings he had. Where is it? Well, it's not that. That's just tells me that he may have took me and blocked me because I called him out one time. Let's just say somebody from, I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Let's say he's from Tennessee. He thinks he's a researcher. I mean, he can be. He can become a researcher, you know, if he does it right. But he's a / hoaxer. So I'm not going to say his name. You can figure it out yourself. I've seen his pictures, and people believe that it was a real legit Bigfoot he had on there and a dog man. No, it's not. I did some examining with my photo editing and checked it out. It's a tiny little thing. What he caught was probably about 8 inches wide, maybe 10 inches tall. Looks like a head of a dog man, but it's flush with the debris, you know, the ground, the level of the ground. Tries to claim there's a creek bed beyond that, and that thing's standing in it. There's no creek bed there. I don't see it. For one, if there was, he would have went out there and did a after, you know, before and after thing, and proved that he had a, you know, dog man. It's called optic illusion, you know. So you can see it looks like a face, but it's not a dog man. It's a tree. It's a tree bark. So, and he tries to make a picture, or, you know, like a AI picture of a dog man of standing right in that spot to show like a big buff one. It doesn't match. It doesn't match it at all. The head level is way down here, and he has this figure that he's trying to say that's what's there, standing there right there. He's trying to make it look like the ground's higher than it is. Come on, guys. I would say who it is, but I don't want you being fooled. I mean, I don't want to put you on that spot. Was what I meant. So, hey, at least somebody came in here to say hello. I agree with you. 86.2 million cows in the U.S. There's nowhere near enough to produce for fast food and restaurants and public as well in stores. You are right. That's what baffles me. It's scary. So stop eating that stuff. But anyways, I just wanted to expose one hoaxer out there. Did I want to say his name? I can give you a hint, and you can figure it out on your own. I might become an enemy. I'm just a small-time podcaster, and I'm out to expose the truth of people that are lying to you, and I don't want them lying to you. If you want to believe what he has, that's all you. But if you're a believer in the cryptids, you want the truth. So, I like the guy. I think it's cool. I think he's a nice guy. But I think he needs to be more truthful and honest. And I think he needs to do that now because he's lying to people. You can tell he's lying. And I don't know how people can't see it. I got a gift where I can see through BS. So that's all I'm going to say. I'll say a Tennessee researcher, because there's a lot of them there, claims he has a dog man. And first it was a Bigfoot, and then it went to a dog man. And if you really look at the picture, you should figure out it's nothing. It's just a tree. And you don't see no embankment that goes down into the water. If there was, he would have done an after picture of it. Why hasn't he done a before and after picture of the exact same spot? Because it's not a dog man. It's a tree. And he knows it too. You could tell he knows it, because otherwise he would go out there and do a reenaction. And he hasn't. So that's all I can say about that. Anyways, guys, if you want to come on the show, talk about your experience, your encounter, or anything strange of the world, you're welcome to come on. I will not put you on the spot. I will not, ridicule you or anything like that. I will question you, but I'm not gonna put you on the spot, call you a liar or anything like that, because I'm a believer. I'm gonna give you your chance to tell the truth, and that's all that's important. So I would love to bring you guys on the show. So if you had a dogman encounter, Bigfoot encounter, UFO experience, much more, conspiracy stuff, weird stuff going on in our country and food and all that and weird things. Are we in the end of times? We might be. Much more. But anyways, guys, if you'd like to come on, email me at malmanett at gmail.com. I want to make sure it was in there. Share your story. I love to hear it. I think a lot of people love to hear it. So bear with me, guys. I'm not trying to expose researchers, but I want you to know which ones are not legitimate or being truthful. Like one of them, like Todd Standing. I was a believer in all his stuff too. I really, thought he had something, but you could tell it was CGI. You could tell somebody in makeup. That's my opinion. So unfortunately, I don't believe his stuff. I think he had true experience of stuff, but I think in my opinion, he started faking stuff. So that's all I got to say about that. Anyways, guys, if you'd like to come on the show, you can find me on Facebook. You can email me, and I'd be looking forward to hearing from you. Okay? And all right, Raw Conscious Talk Podcast. Oh yeah, what's up, man? I'm gonna go to check out something. Hold on, guys. I owe you a show. Looks like you've been busy over there. Hold on, guys. Oh, that's you, Tammy, huh? Hey, Tammy, I owe you a show. Let me know when you want me to come on. I've been pretty busy lately. I lost my motivation for a bit there. So if you would like me to come on your show and talk about some of my experience, I will come on. I'd like to bring you back on as well. So be sure to just message me and we'll set it up. I knew your name sounded familiar there. I was like, wait a second. It looks like you changed your logo a little bit. Is that the same one or is that a new one? Because I like it. It looks good. I thought you had a different one. I like it. So that's cool. I've been watching the videos that you send through me in a messenger. So very interesting people you have on the show. So keep doing what you're doing. So sorry guys, I was trying to see what the heck this was. So yeah, let me know, Tammy. I'll come on your show and we'll talk about some experience. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the food industry, little things important because I think it blocks us from a lot of our abilities. You know, like because I know you experience things that are, you know, you got to give. That's all I can say. Our third eye. I think a lot of stuff blocks that, you know, from us really using our ability, and that just makes me feel like they're putting a bunch of crap in our food to discourage us from what we can be and what we can do. So, and I battle some things myself the last few months. I've been dealing with stuff, but I'm doing okay. Getting better as days go by. But, you know, we all go through it. Sometimes you go through downs and ups, and you just got to keep moving forward. So, yeah, message me, and I'll definitely want to redo a show with you on mine as well, since I got my stuff all fixed up and good to go. Definitely a lot better. Last time I had one guest on, I was having trouble hearing him because something wasn't set right, but we can always figure that out once we get in there. If something's not right, I go in there and fix it. It's kind of what you got to do with free stuff. You got to kind of do the work yourself. But what do you think, Tammy? Do you think something's going on in the world? Do you think we're in the end of times? Do you think something strange? You know, they talked about the blood moon, and then the prophecy. You know, they talk about Jesus returning. My thoughts on that before I go. My thoughts on that is I think nobody really truly knows. I do feel like something's off. You know, I feel like your energy is being zapped by something. Is it something to do with Wi-Fi? I don't know. Yeah. Going there, the whole cow thing, yeah, I think they're feeding us something else, and there's something I'm fearing that I hope they're not feeding. I agree. We don't eat fast food anymore. Every now and then I'll get a good burger from a good joint, you know, but no fast food stuff for me anymore. I knew something was right, you know. I felt like crap after I ate their food. So definitely no more McDonald's for me. Here in Texas, though, What Is Burgers? It's not bad. It actually tastes like a real beef patty burger, you know. So, but for how long? Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I'd rather just eat from some backwood restaurant that makes real beef, you know. Hopefully they're getting from the real cow. Then again, you know, I'm getting kind of burned out on beef. I'm more of a chicken guy. I like chicken, so and I like fish. I don't know. My food habits are changing slowly. But I'll tell you what I think they're feeding us. Yeah. That's what I think, Tammy. So I don't want to really say it on air, you know, because who knows? YouTube and all. I could say it's, yeah. And I really hope not. But there's some evidence coming forward that that's possible, and that's disgusting and gross that we don't know about that. So, yeah, we can't trust the system because you gotta think about it. There's a whole lot of us, a whole lot of cows. Make the numbers, you know, and it's, I don't know, it's weird when you really look into it, really weird. But anyways, reach out to me. I'll bring you on, or I'll go on your show. I mean, I owe you a show. Let me know when you want to do one. I'll come on and do a show with you. I'm off tomorrow, so if you want me to come on tomorrow, or any day after 5 o'clock, I could probably come on. I'm pretty much available after 5 o'clock. Just check with me. That's about my schedule now. I work 7 to 4 p.m. in Texas time. You know, right now it's 6:33 p.m. So be sure to reach out to me, and thank you for coming by and saying hello. I'm glad to see you pop in. So I kind of did this out of spirit of just random show. So I appreciate you coming on or coming in and say hello. I'm trying to make sure all my settings right. I'm still working on some things here. Anyways, so I'm working on some new things for the show, guys. Before I go, I wanted to do something with conspiracy stuff, which I just shared tonight with the food and industry. And then I want to expose some hoaxers, researchers, because I don't think it's right what they're doing. Because a lot of people believe them, and it's unfortunate they believe them because they've taken advantage of them, of what they experience and all that too, and they sell them into it. So I'm sorry that people believe those people. But we got to get rid of those ones, or it's going to ruin for all of us. It's going to be hard for people that truly experience these things to come forward and talk to us about it. So if that's my purpose, to go out and expose the liars and the hoaxers, so be it. But I also want to expose the truthers, the ones who are out there showing the truth and having true experience and want to share it. I think it's important that their story is heard, because there is some strange things going on in the world. I'm a believer. I believe in Bigfoot. I believe in Dogman. I believe in this UFO, which I believe is something to do with demons, in my opinion. I believe there's some big cover-up going on, and I think we're getting ready to know the truth. So, and yeah, I think we are. I think we're going to be seeing some strange things, guys. So who knows what's going to happen. So be safe. Be aware. The way things are going in the world right now, America is pretty much on alert. You can't blame commanders or anybody. It's been coming, and it's been brewing. We got to worry about the enemy within. Basically, enemies around us. We got to worry about all that. If you're right or left or in the middle, I don't care what side you are. We're in it together. So I support our country. I support our freedom. I support, the commander. You may not, which is fine. That's your right. That's what makes us Americans. But I do believe in us knowing the truth. So I think it's important, because we could be fooled by the system no matter what. So no one ever trusts them. That's, never trust them. I never will either. But you got to have faith and hope they're doing the right thing. But we don't know. We really don't. So you guys all take care and stay safe. And for coming by and watching this video to the end, I thank you. And I thank you, Tammy, for coming by and saying hello and reminding me I need to come on your show. Be sure to message me on Facebook, and we'll set up something. All right, guys, I'm going to leave out of here. Let me get everything ready. See, I need to figure out how to set everything correctly. All right. Oh, there it is. I got to get used to my settings. So bear with me. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. There's that. All right, guys. So if you'd like to come on the show, email me at mountainmanett@gmail.com. I can't even talk. Email me, Matt. I'm tired. Email me at mountainmanett@gmail.com. My allergies are killing me too, guys, so it's making me off a bit. And you can also find me on Facebook. So thanks for watching, guys. and more shows coming your way. I'm going to be working on just, I'm going to just do some live shows for a little while until I'm getting ready to drop episodes because I want to build it up for a while. So bear with me on that, guys. So if you'd like to come on the show, once again, email me at mountainmanett@gmail.com. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen there. Or you can look for me on Facebook, and I'll bring you on. All right? Sorry about my rolling tongue. I'm rolling on my tongue. So, all right, guys. Here we go. Take care.